In 2019, a woman was accused of murder, except there was no weapon, no witnesses, and no evidence of a struggle. But her husband was dead, and the only person in the room with him was her. This wasn't just any couple. Eleanor and Victor Langley were a match made in hell. One was a sociopath, the other a psychopath. And on the night of their wedding, one of them ended up in a body bag. Detectives arrived at the honeymoon suite to find Eleanor sitting on the bed, still in her wedding dress. She wasn't crying. She wasn't panicked. She was sipping a glass of wine. And when they asked what happened, she simply smiled and said, "I told you he wouldn't make it to our anniversary." But the real story, it started long before that night. Before we get into it, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next twisted case we uncover. Eleanor Hart wasn't just a forensic psychologist. She specialized in studying criminal minds. But here's the thing, she wasn't just studying them. She was one of them. Cold, calculated, emotionless. She could fake empathy. She could mimic love, but she never actually felt it. Then there was Victor Langley, a self-made millionaire, a master manipulator, smart, charming, completely remorseless. While Eleanor played the long game, Victor was impulsive, cruel. He didn't just manipulate people, he destroyed them. When they met, it wasn't love. It was a game, a battle of control. And when they got married, it was only a matter of time before one of them made the first move. That night, after the wedding, everything seemed normal. They checked into their honeymoon suite, ordered champagne. At midnight, Victor was alive. By 12:30, he was dead. And Eleanor, she never called for help. You found your husband dead and didn't call 911? There was no point. The coroner's report made no sense. No bruises, no signs of poisoning, no forced entry, just cardiac arrest. But Victor was 38 years old. He had no history of heart disease. The only way this made sense, if someone had helped his heart stop. And there was only one suspect, Eleanor. The deeper detectives dug, the stranger things became. Victor wasn't just a businessman. He had a pattern. Business partners ruined, enemies disappearing, people who crossed him. They never walked away unscathed. And Eleanor, she wasn't just a forensic psychologist. She had written papers on untraceable murder methods. This wasn't a love story. It was a ticking time bomb. But then detectives found something chilling. Victor's journal. And in it, one line stood out. She thinks she's smarter. But I know how this ends. A queen cannot kill a king without consequence. He knew. He knew Eleanor was going to kill him. The real question was, did he get to her first? And then the breakthrough. A tiny vial of liquid nicotine hidden in Eleanor's desk. Lethal in high doses. And it can trigger cardiac arrest. It looked like she had found the perfect way to kill him. But there was just one problem. Victor had figured it out. 2 days before the wedding, Victor switched their champagne glasses. If Eleanor was poisoning him, he was going to make sure she drank it too. But Eleanor had been microdosing herself for months. So when Victor took a fatal dose, he collapsed. And Eleanor, she walked away, completely unharmed. Prosecutors tried to prove murder. But legally, Victor poisoned himself. Eleanor didn't even have to lift a finger. The jury had no choice. She won. Detective James Holloway stared at Eleanor's mugshot long after the trial ended. He knew. He knew she had killed Victor. And if there was one thing he was sure of, she wasn't done. Want to hear what Eleanor did next? Hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. You won't believe what happened after she walked free.